Hello, everybody. Welcome to Inventory Part 17. Can you believe it? We're at 17. LIFO, last in, first out, perpetual inventory costing. So what exactly is LIFO perpetual? It's last in, first out. The last goods in are the first expense to cost of goods sold. But this is perpetual, right? Like an episode of The Bachelor, the dates matter, or Bachelorette. Very important. I don't know what I'm going to do. This T account is so amazing. We're going to go in chronological order from the earliest sale date to the last sale date and expensing the most recent items. Now, remember, with LIFO, we cannot go into the future. We do not have a hot tub time machine or a DeLorean with a flex capacitor, right? We just have a DeLorean that got set up on a bust. I'm just kidding. LIFO periodic is separate. He wasn't guilty. It was a setup. LIFO periodic is a separate costing method other than LIFO perpetual. We're going to need to compute each separately, hence why we're doing this here. Okay, remember, for this question, the same constants apply. Goods available for sale are 249. Goods available for sale, 249,000. Units available for sale, 16.5. Units sold, 6,500. Units in any inventory, 10,000. But in perpetual, the dates matter. We are going to go in chronological order from the earliest sale date to the latest sale date, taking what we need along the way. Okay, so I need to take, under LIFO perpetual, I need to take 6,500 units to cost of goods sold. That's what I have to do each time. Now, what I'm going to start with over here is I'm going to start with my 2/4/23 sale of 2,500 units. Okay. Now, the important thing is to remember, I'm going in chronological order. I got that. Oh, first sale is over here on February 4th. I do not look at any of these sales over here. These have not yet happened. Okay, according to this methodology. So what I'm going to go through and do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take last in, first out. So I need 2,500 units to cost of goods sold. So I'm going to go over here first to the date of 2/2/23. My units I'm going to take are 2,000 at $12 each. Now, what's really important to remember is that when I take this and multiply this through, I've got a total of $24,000. Now, with this though, I sold 2,500 units. Once I take this out, this is 2,000 units minus 2,000 taken to cost of goods sold. Those units are gone. Last in, first out. Remember, this part down here has not happened yet. The only place I need another 500 units, right? The only place I can go is going to be right up here from this 3,000 units. So on 2/1/23, I'm just going to take what I need, or 500 units. And this was at $10 each for a total of $5,000. Okay, so my total cost of goods sold from this 2/24 sale of 2,500 units is $29,000. Okay, let's go to the next one. And I also want to make sure, I almost made a big mistake. 3,000 minus 500 units. And this is from my 2/4 sale. Okay, got to be really careful about computing these and making sure. Right over here. Okay. All right, so right over here, this is now going to be 2,500 units as of right now. Now, we've dealt with this sale. We're now ready to go to our next sale. Our next item up for bids is going to be on 2/8/23 sale of 4,000 units. So date, units, and let's go for it. So right over here, I sold 4,000 units. I need to take 4,000 units to cost of goods sold. Where do I go first? Well, over here, I'm going to go first to February 7th. Over here to 7/23, I'm going to have 2,000 units at $15 per unit. right over here for a total of $30,000. Okay. Now, am I done yet? No, I need to sell 4,000 units. So what I'm going to do over here, this is now going to be 0. I need 2,000 more units. I sold 4. I've got 2. I need another 2,000. But up here on February 5th, there's only 1,500. So I'm just going to take 1,500 from that, basically from this 2/8 sale. Okay. So this is going to be 1,500 from 2/5. And this is going to be over here at $14 per unit. When I multiply this through, I'm going to get a total of $21,000. Okay, but I'm still not done yet. I only have 3,500 units. I need 4,000, right? This 1,500 is now gone. It's been expensed to cost of goods sold. Where can I go next? Last in, first out. I cannot go into the future, right? I don't have a hot tub time machine. I can't go to Kodiak Valley in the past or in the future, right? So what I have to go through and do is I now have to come up here and I need another 500 units. So right over here, we're going to say minus another 500 units from the 2/8 sale. Okay, so this is now going to be at 2,000. This is going to be 500 at 10 on 2/1/23. So this over here is going to be 500, or basically this is going to be 5,000. Okay. So when I go through and add up, right? So now my total units I've taken the cost of goods sold is going to be 2,500 from the February 4th sale, 4,000 from the February 8th sale. I add up all of these basically these two different items of cost of goods sold, and my total cost of goods sold under LIFO perpetual is going to be $85,000. Once I have my cost of goods sold, what I can then go through and do is say, well, my goods available for sale was 249,000. This is why the constants are so important to compute properly. Less my cost of goods sold. My cost of goods sold over here is 85,000, is going to give me my ending inventory over here of 164,000. Now, to check my work, right? How many units should I have in my ending inventory? Well, I should have 10,000, right? And if I've been looking at this over here, I have 8,000, which is in my ending in for my purchase on February 28th. And then I have 2,000 units left. I started with 3. I took out 500 for the February 4th sale, 500 for the February 8th sale. Everything else was wiped out, right? So I have a total of 10,000 units of my ending inventory. This is going to be at a cost of $164,000. Now, what you might be saying to me, this is the way I can go through and check it. The way I'm going through and saying this to you, you might also be saying, oh, Bennett, what's another way I could have done this? Well, if you look at this over here, right? And I said, okay, what's left? Well, if I sold 2,500, let's just go ahead and duplicate this. So if I was just doing this, focusing on ending inventory, this 2,500, this 2,000 is going to be gone. I'm going to be left with basically with 2,500 here, or 3,000 minus 500 over here for this 4,000. This 2,000 is gone. This 1,500 is gone. I'm going to take out another 500, right? So if I did it this way and said to myself, okay, right, can I do this with ending inventory? Well, if my gas is 249 and then my ending inventory value is going to be 20,000 plus 144 right over here, this is going to be 85,000 for cost of goods sold, right? You can compute it either way. Once you have ending inventory, you can get cost of goods sold. Once you have cost of goods sold, you can get ending inventory, as long as you have your goods available for sale computed properly, right? So the other thing I want to just mention to you is just to kind of talk a little bit here, just to take a little bit of a side break. My job is to make this look easy. It is not. I promise you, you're learning a skill. You have to physically write these problems out. You have to practice, 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 right? And that was a very famous phrase I learned from Roger Phillip, who teaches at basically UWorld Roger CPA Review when I took him live many moons ago. But practice, practice, practice so you can party, 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 right? You have to go through and practice the material. I make it look easy. That's my job, or at least I try to, right? I try to make this look easy. You have to practice it. It has to be physically written out. If you're an accounting student, the best way to learn the skill is by physically writing it out. So with that all being said, I want to thank you for joining me here today. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below, and I appreciate you liking and subscribing to my videos, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.